Jesus' teaching on adultery elevated the moral standard, shifting the focus from outward action to the inward intention of the heart. Deepening the law, Jesus began by recalling one of the 10 Commandments. "You have heard that it was said, 'You shall not commit adultery.'" This was the law prohibiting sexual intercourse outside of marriage or with another person's spouse. However, he deepened the meaning of this commandment by focusing on the root of sexual sin, lust in the heart. "But I tell you that anyone who looks at a woman lustfully has already committed adultery with her in his heart." Jesus asserted that adultery is not merely a physical act, but an act of the will and mind. If a person deliberately looks at another with the intent of feeding an unlawful sexual desire, that person has violated God's law. This confirms the sanctity of marriage and the need to protect its purity from all forms of covetous desire, even in thought. The call for radical sacrifice. To emphasize the seriousness of indulging lust, Jesus issued a call using powerful metaphorical imagery about radical sacrifice to eliminate temptation. If your right eye causes you to stumble, gouge it out and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to be thrown into hell. And if your right hand causes you to stumble, cut it off and throw it away. It is better for you to lose one part of your body than for your whole body to go into hell. This advice should not be taken literally, as self-mutilation does not remove the sin from the heart, but it stresses the urgency and drastic measures a believer must take to deal with temptation. Jesus taught that preserving one's spirit and avoiding eternal judgment is far more important than retaining anything, no matter how valuable, like an eye or a hand, if it leads us into sin. Core intent of the teaching. Jesus taught about adultery with the purpose of shifting obedience from the external law to the purity of the heart. Affirming that sin is not only an action, but also an intention. Requiring disciples to take decisive action to eliminate all sources of temptation in their lives. This instruction shows that, under his new covenant, God demands complete holiness of both the body and the soul.